and put it on my main account. So because I put it on my main account instead of my side account, when I got my second Switch, my side account couldn't go on Pokemon Shield. So, you know what I did? I brought out the credit card pretty much and bought Shield a second time. Bite. Yeah, but I think the only way that I would actually get the DLC for my Violet is if I have a homebrew Switch. Now, before anybody goes off on a tangent about the homebrew Switches, I want to tell you guys exactly why I want a homebrew Switch before you go and put down in the comments that, oh, you just want it because you get to hack games and stuff like that. That's not what it is. The reason why I want a homebrew Switch is because I am a big save-aholic. I have every save that I ever had. I literally have all of my Oblivion... Well, most of my Oblivion saves, I should say. Not all of them, since most of them is on a dead PS3 that's hard drive is now gone. So, I can't grab every save. However, from my Xbox 360... and PCs, so all the computers I've ever had, I've actually done it, so I do have them. And how many are there? Again, the PlayStation 3 is pretty much the version of Oblivion in which that I tested out like every race with every birth sign and different playstyles and such. They never got off from level 5, but then again, that's just the leveling issue in Oblivion in a nutshell. That's the reason why that they're so low level. Anyway, where is it? Should be up on the top, right? Yeah, there it is. Let's go with Oblivion. So there's 13 saves. And one thing that I want to do is I do want to show off my... maybe I'll do it at the end of modded playthrough, I don't know. I want to show off my Xbox character, because my Xbox character is one of the few things that got me inspired to create my armor. It's one of the few things that got me inspired to go and create it. Which is very interesting that, like, you can say that a character on a console, even if it's a character you created, inspired you to do something that makes the PC version even worse, pretty much. But yeah, another thing that I wanted to mention is that, like, I homebrewed my my 2DS, and I was able to get the saves off of those games in particular. And the reason why I wanted those saves is because, like, I can easily just grab Pokemon from them and all that stuff. Now, another thing I do is I do use PK Hex, however, I do it in a different way. I use PK Hex to help sort of fill in a folder called Complete Pokédex. Now, for the Complete Pokédex, I use it so though I know each and every nickname I would ever give any Pokemon. Plus, it also kind of also shows me how overused a Pokemon that I've used is. So, one that I could definitely tell you right off the bat is if I go to here and I go to you. So I have, according to this, I have a total number of 10 Gardevoirs in which that I've used throughout Generation 7. Sorry, Generation 6. I think it's missing one. Yeah, I think it's missing one. But I think that's just something I was too lazy to do. Or too lazy to pretty much fix. Because this has all the way up until Pokemon Legends Arceus. So what I did for Pokemon... So the reason why I have a Pokemon Legends Arceus is when I grabbed my Palkia to my friend's homebrewed Switch so that I could edit it so I could change the Pokeball. That's all I did. I just changed the Pokeball. All of its stats were the same as I caught it. It's just the Pokeball because I felt cheated at the fact that they let you use the Origin Ball instead of using the Origin Ball to kind of suppress the Palkia's power so you can use any ball you want. But hey, I'm choosing to do it my way. So what I did is that I did technically hack it. However, when I did it, I got a glimpse, or not really a glimpse, because I still technically have the original, but I got to see the trainer ID and the secret trainer ID. So I was able to sort of create, if I would cheat them in, or technically a copy of all of my Pokemon Legends Arceus team, and every Pokemon I've used in Pokemon Legends Arceus. I think I don't have from Ursaluna. Oh no, I do have Ursaluna. Interesting. I didn't think I had these ones in here. Cool, I do have them. But I don't have anything for Generation 9. I literally just created the folder today, like literally 10 seconds ago. Get ready for a lot of that. So I gotta go through Generation 9 and do all that. That's gonna take a long time to do, and I also don't have my secret trainer ID and all that stuff, so I mean, it's not like it's gonna be exactly mine, so and my friend's not gonna come down here and allow me to trade one Pokemon to him so I can grab the file for it. He's not gonna do that. The only thing he's going to do is that he's going to tell me, why don't you just get your own? And that's exactly what I want. I want my own so I can grab every Switch game that I have and grab all of their saves. I'm not joking when I say this. I literally have an entire folder. Like, I have my entire folder structure ready when it happens. I literally, between the 48 games that are on my Switch currently. Sorry, 47 apparently, because apparently I created one for Shining Pearl, even though I don't have it. Well, I don't have any way of playing it normally, but I do have it. I do have a folder ready for it. But again, like, I have all this stuff, but yet I can't do anything with it. And one of them is useless, by the way, because, so, the weird thing about the Nintendo Switch was that they advertised cloud saving, which is amazing. However, the Pokemon games themselves don't use it. But there actually is another game that doesn't use it. But not only does it not use it, but it also doesn't allow you to transfer save data from one Switch to another. Believe me, I was very angry when I found this out. And that game that doesn't allow you to transfer from console to console is Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. Now, why doesn't it allow you to do that? I have no idea. But a theory that I have is because they literally ripped it from the Xbox, and I don't know if the PlayStation will actually function the same. But I remember watching somebody play Legacy of the Duelist on the Xbox One, I think. I think that was the console it came out on. I'm not 100% sure. But I did see somebody playing on there, and they were going through the story or whatever. Anyway, I kid you not, it looked exactly like the same menu. The only difference is that it's my Nintendo Switch characters instead of the Xbox stuff, right? So I think that's one of the reasons. But yeah, but not only that though, that also means that I can bring my, I mean, the only thing I would bring that would be from my PC to my Switch would be my Skyrim character. I mean, it would be kind of cool to have my Skyrim character that I've used for years and years and years to be on my Switch. And not only that, I get a proper backup of my Diablo 3. Boy, was that ever fun to find out that all the hard work I did for 2 characters to level them up to 70 beat Act 4, only to find out that, like, my Switch decided to crash at some point or something like that. And decided, no, I think it overrided the save with the cloud save version for whatever reason. And so the cloud save version was out of date. So guess what it did? It overwrote my new save with an older save. So I lost 2 characters pretty much. So I lost what was it, the monk completely. And I think I was working on, or I was using Wizard at least a little bit at the beginning. I think I got to like level 10 before I stopped. And then that's when I was just working on my Necromancer and Crusader or Paladin or whatever all the way. And then once I got both of their stuff to be fully at, like, I don't want to say God tier, but like pretty much God tier in terms of like the default game. In a way. Well, you guys have seen my my Necromancer stuff. That's the stuff I was using at the end of the playthrough. So you guys got to see that stuff. And even then I was still so fascinated by the fact that, like, you know, when you have high-leveled equipment, but you're able to downgrade their levels, the game gets incredibly easy. usually what happens is that a game that has a mechanic like that has sort of like a way to circumvent that by having a way in which that your items don't get that effect. Which is very interesting that Diablo 3 didn't have that mechanic, but it seems like, but by the way that it's playing, kind of thing, or the way that you play the game, it makes it feel like it should have had that mechanic. So it's hilarious. And not only that, most of the games that I have on my Switch too, I would love to do a playthrough on the channel, but unfortunately, some of them don't support cloud saving, and I would much rather not have to, well, I do still have that account, but I would much rather not have to use a dummy account in order to play those games. Because if those games support New Game Plus, I would prefer that overall. Because then I'll just go through the story again with you guys. The only difference is that, like, I'll know the story a little bit, but it's going to be, oh yeah, remember that. That's all it's going to be. It's not going to be like, oh my god, this is what happens, this point. It's like,